music. Have you had any input into the soundtrack of Ecstasy?
Um, well, Rob and I both love music in a way that goes beyond hobby. And I immediately started to push stuff at him when we were talking about this project. I said, you got to listen to this and this and this, and I'll write it for you, or whatever you want. I know a million DJs, and he's got some very specific ideas about the kind of music that he wants, which fit the time and the place of it. I think he's already done some licensing with some really cool artists who I won't mention now, but will show up in the film. And I think that music is really, really important. It's really key to a picture like this because it gives it context. By mixing, for example, Blondie with Underworld, you're saying one thing. By mixing Square Pusher with Tori Amos, you're saying another thing. So the way that he ultimately lays that out is going to create this map of what he really means and where this is really taking place. Um, but I did say I like Rasheen Murphy, and she's way after the fact when the book was written. But I think she's kind of like the superstar of like rave music. And we'll try to get some Rasheen Murphy in this.
Now, demographically, Trainspotting was more, it was in Scotland. Now, Canadian um, locale has been mixed in with this, expats for some of the characters. How do you feel about the change?
Um, I'm interested to see how the decision to have the female leads come from Canada or North America and speak in that accent is going to affect the feeling of the overall picture. Although I think, although I loved, although I really loved Kelly MacDonald in Trainspotting, and I thought that the girls in that film really added that sort of local flair to it. It, I think that what happens by bringing in these expats into this film, it actually gives you a sort of doorway in through the looking glass for the North American audience, and says, well, that could be me now in that environment. So it'll be an interesting superimposition.
So, how's your experience been in Sault Ste. Marie?
Oh, the last time I was in Sault Ste. Marie where we're shooting this, I was probably about 10 years old, and I was on tour with a choir. And we had host homes, and I stayed in some random stranger's house for 3 days, and did so in a lot of Ontario cities, many of which I liked, many which I thought were terrible. But Sioux was one of the ones that I really loved, and I couldn't remember why. And I came back, and it's a quaint, pretty town. Everyone's really cool. They got lots of pretty girls here.